That's how we roll. We roll like this. That's how we roll. We roll like this. That's how we roll. We roll like this. That's how we roll. Yeah. We roll like this. With the feel, get 'em. Been in the vehicle, I choose.
Dabs later. Canadian Giant, Joy's, dude.
Well, I realize. Here we go.
Thank you.
Wow, look at
Well,
that.
oh,
There
no,
we
chat's
are.
frozen. Oh,
All
wait
right.
a minute. Hello. Hi, everybody.
Now that we're here, and you're here,
Oh,
and
do that again?
Jeremiah's here, that's what was the key to it all. There is that Jeremiah was here. He has his own camera today.
I do.
And,
Well, on there I am. iPod TV.
yeah, it was funny, they were running last week's show just as we cut live, and it was like Kush Queen just disappeared from in between.
At the beach, yeah. Put him out himself.
No, there was something to do with non-payment of taxes out there from some of her subjects. So she's out there to,
She's out there collecting.
yeah.
It's like, fuck you, you little bastards.
I heard there's a new stupid tax.
Yeah. So, welcome to everybody who's in the chat, and those of you who are viewing off to the side.
We also have a side cam.
Side cam.
And well, right now it's a bud cam in front of Al there.
How's bud
Let's
cam?
switch to the bud cam. Oh, that's the bud cam. We can make it a side
Fabulous
cam.
jungle.
There is a wall
Wall
there
of
on
weed.
The wall cam.
Wall of weed.
the game of war.
He's barricading himself in.
Build it fast. Yeah, welcome.
All right.
Whatever.
It's happy May 20th, everyone.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, another
Already?
one rolls around.
Wow.
Just like that.
Wow.
Where'd they go?
Who would have thought?
How
Yeah,
did
where
that
did they go? The it just does fly by.
Pardon
Welcome
moi.
to the chat. Let's
We did too.
we've rerouted the signal
Oh, hey,
to
look,
one
we're
that isn't black anymore. And yeah, Kush Queen, we just bring her out for those few moments. She's in the back room actually, but we couldn't have her on the show today. So what we were naming people in the chat: Green Supreme, XD, X, just X, not
X.
XD. Universal Joint. Nice.
We're
Well,
back.
glad
That's
you could
cool.
all make it
I
today.
didn't know we were back. No, I'm not.
So yeah, thanks a lot to
He's in his
Mr.
own space-time
Mr.
continuum.
Cookie for taking over the seed desk while we could do the
Space-time
show.
is totally
Appreciate that every week, brother. And they're in there squeezing their buds.
Squeezing buds.
They're in there
milking
squeezing their
trichomes.
buds. That's right. So yeah, come on down to
They've,
the seed bank.
They built
Any
a
day.
trichome bovine.
Yes.
Oh, look. We're
All
back.
right. Somebody in the chat is fucking hitting a button out
Don't
there. Don't do
mess-
that.
Okay, listen.
Are you
I
guys
don't know
messing
what you
around with
hackers
shit
out
out
there are
there?
doing, but stop.
Hackety hack.
Hackety
With
hack, hack, hack.
with the button comes great responsibility.
That's right.
So I hope we dropped the quality.
we come
We've
there.
dropped the quality quite a bit here to
Yeah.
be able to do this live. So
So you
So
won't
be
be able to
prepared
see.
for lots of farting and burping.
yeah,
Everything.
the jokes are not going to be as funny. Hey, I don't look as good as I did a minute ago.
We look
Sorry
a little
about
more
that.
Tired.
So yeah, I was thanking Mr. Cookie for coming in, telling you all to come down to see the seed bank and join us there, buy some seeds. We're at 303 West Hastings in Vancouver, and also a store at 872 West Hastings if you prefer to be or East Hastings if you prefer to be downtown east side, as we all do
Some days.
some days.
Some days not.
So yes, our boss Rebecca was down in Australia for a couple weeks and joined the gang in Nimbin. I don't know if anybody ever watches from there, but I want to say hi to them. Good to hear about you all, that you're still alive and well. And a good friend who I met there on a few occasions, Andrew, or as we call him, Woody, is on his way here. So
Wow.
I can't wait to see him. He'll be around for Cannabis Day, actually. So
Cool.
if you're tuning in there, Woody, can't wait to see you, brother. It's been a long time. So that's very exciting news. The found out today that in Colorado, Oregon, Alaska, and Washington State, they decided to change the name of legalization of marijuana. They're changing it to horribly oppressive over-regulation and procedures, or the acronym HOOPS. So that's just hot in off the presses. Now it's pretty stupid out there in fucking legalized marijuana world, how they just keep jumping in with more fucking rules. We got a new hoop. We could create a whole new industry with this hoop.
They figured out how to make more money making rules.
Oh yeah, that's how the world goes around nowadays. There's no new industry, there's just new rules to enforce. But interesting things watching TV, as I sometimes do. And what's that show? Fucking. Well, Rose showed me a thing on the internet too that was just so cash. Marijuana's in the mainstream, I think. Where I don't know, it was some dopey thing where if you were stranded on a desert island.
Oh yeah, it was one of these memes where it says it gives you 24 pictures. Like
Yeah,
things,
you get to choose if you're on this island. You get to choose 4 things out of all these pictures. There's a boat and a gun and a flashlight and on a
useful
and then
things. Yeah.
in the middle of it all, there was 5 ounces of weed. Was one of the choices.
Was there a picture of a city?
Of a city?
no.
I would have just chose to have a city on the island.
Yeah.
No cities.
There was
That would have been my choice.
there was no
But there's
picture of a
they
rescue
had
boat.
iPod though.
Well, I would have chosen the inflatable boat, and I would have bumped it up to 15 ounces of weed. I think I would
I'm
have
with you
used
on
all
that.
my
No
other
substitutions.
3 choices.
It's like Kim House, no substitutions.
No, I'd head off the island, smoke
I'll
weed
get 3
till
orders
I
of
ran
5
into
ounces and a boat.
and a
Yeah,
boat.
I'm with you on
That's
that.
right.
Give me the boat, the gun, the tarp, and the 5 ounces of weed.
The tarp.
Yeah, you don't want to fry in the middle of the ocean.
Ooh, you're a thinker.
You'll be dead before you get anywhere.
Well, might have to think
Yeah, I
this
guess
over
it
a
beats
little
turning
bit.
the boat upside down.
It does.
Yeah.
Rifle will take care of any sharks. You know.
So, also, there's a mainstream comedy show called Two Broke Girls. And in the middle of one of the scenes, they open a door to their not so much used warehouse, and there's a little grow-up in there.
Earl's growing weed.
Ah, the old
One of the
man.
characters on the show was growing weed in there. Now, it looked pretty good, actually. They did a good job of dressing that up to make it look
I
fairly
think it was
real.
real. I think it was a real grow up.
A good
Probably
representation.
one they have. Probably Garrett Morris said, "Hey man, if you want me on your show, you guys got to let me grow a little bit of weed."
Could be found in any closet in North America.
It's in his contract.
Any
But
closet
I
in
thought
Turtle
it was treated very casually.
Yeah.
Like he just said, "Oh yeah, maybe I owe you a little bit more rent or something."
You take it in pot.
They were actually happy that it was there, and
Yeah.
no, there was not one negative thing, and it was just that, and they moved on to the rest of the story, and
Mm-hmm.
it's getting pretty frickin' mainstream, I gotta say. Out
Well, when
there
it
in
starts
the world.
turning up in comedy and just in reference and
Well,
comparative.
everywhere.
right?
And speaking of comedy, today would be David Letterman's last show.
Really?
Yes.
Tonight, Bob Dylan's going to be on.
I firmly remember the very first show.
Tom Waits.
I remember the moment exactly. I had
The
been,
very first David Letterman show
yep,
on NBC.
yeah, way back when, and
Late night with David Letterman.
I had been a fan of David Letterman for a few years. In 1975, I went to Los Angeles and went to the Comedy Store, and
Is that where you bought all these jokes?
yeah,
Comedy show.
Crazy. That's a
Yeah. From
Petty's gonna sue you.
1975. So I went to the Comedy Store, and David Letterman actually performed that night. He was just starting out. He had actually just moved to Los Angeles himself and was starting out at the Comedy Store.
Wow. He was a weatherman at one point.
And that very night, on the stage was also Jimmy Walker, if you remember him from
Good times.
Good Times, Kid Dynamite. Now, it was Jimmy Walker, actually, who noticed David Letterman on stage at the Comedy Store. Now, I don't know if it was that very night.
Jimmy Walker's like, hey, there's a guy on stage.
And he hired him to write jokes for him. So, and that kicked off his career in Hollywood. So I bring that up because I was there. I was there that night. And
That's pretty crazy.
Dave probably owes me for that. But so yeah, that's pretty cool. The happy 420, everybody.
Wow. Yeah.
It's 420 here.
You know, hiding behind the wall of weed here, I just want to say, in this case, size does not matter.
Yes.
Got the sublimator shorty going on over here. We get the bud cam. Can we switch to the bud cam for a second?
Here's the thing. I just stopped Minicam from running, unfortunately, so the bud cam isn't.
Okay, bud cam's not running.
We only got.
Because that
I love it. I love the short sublimator thing.
We only got one cam now.
we can hold it up.
But it's It's a full cam, I gotta say. Now, here was a story I came across. One of the famous ski resorts out here, Whistler Blackcomb Resort, they are going to ban smoking, including marijuana, everywhere on their property.
How can they do that?
Now, as of May 30th, it will be prohibited anywhere on their property, including lift lines, chairlifts, gondolas, ski runs, hiking trails, valley base areas, parking lots, bike trails, behind that tree, over there, around, behind that rock. You stand here, don't
Under
let them
that rock.
see.
Yeah.
And all bar and restaurant locations, including patios.
Well, you know what? Just fuck right off.
Now,
kidding.
the new smoke-free policy will apply to both guests and staff, although the staff is being given a 1-year grace period to ease into the new rule, to find places to smoke where they won't get
You
caught.
find brand new ways.
Hello, David.
What's happening, David?
Brand new ways.
So, that is fucked, I think.
Kind of.
So, Whistler
Yeah.
Blackcomb, you people aren't fucking cool at all. How uncool
Well, they promote an alcohol
is
culture,
that?
right? So,
Yeah.
you know,
They're
everything
trying
is
to get away
sponsored
from
by
that.
booze.
They're trying
you
to
know.
bring back the family vibe to Whistler after all of the violence that occurs there during the long weekends.
Yeah,
and,
you know that.
It's
that
known
was
for
all-
weed, though.
That was over a few
Whistler's,
spring
Whistler's
breaks
totally
ago.
known for
No,
weed.
somebody
Yeah,
literally
it's-
just got
Call it
stabbed there.
Weedler.
It's
Yeah, I know
absolutely
during
no.
spring break. It's fucking.
Like,
Oh,
this weekend.
That's what I'd do if somebody got stabbed
some
here.
19-year-old kid just got murdered there this weekend.
so alcohol related.
Well, that's what I'd do if somebody got
Yeah.
stabbed in here. Is I'd ban smoking.
Yeah, that'll solve your
Right.
problem.
Yes.
Instantly.
It's
There'll
a
be
step.
no more
It's a step
smoking
in a direction.
Whistler Blackcomb.
It's a direction that's definitely.
No,
Well, word
Whistler
up.
Blackcomb
Cookies work.
drops to very uncool in the cool
Yeah.
gauge in my book. And so, if you were thinking of coming skiing out here to Whistler, don't. Tell them
Go
to
to
go
Switzerland.
fuck
They'll let you
themselves.
smoke.
You can smoke behind that rock
Go
or
chill
over
out in the
behind those
Alps.
trees in
They'll let you
Switzerland.
smoke, like,
Go to
all day.
go to Colorado.
Yeah, for a little more money, you
Yeah.
could probably go to either
Whistler
place.
doesn't need your money, so
Sadly,
yeah.
it's cheaper to
And,
fly somewhere else than in your own country,
yeah.
or
So
go 200 miles up the road.
cool.
Well, if you're looking for cheap, don't go to Switzerland.
And don't go to Whistler.
Now here's a goofy story. Southwest Airlines in the States, there was a group of employees had banded together and figured out a very good scheme of smuggling pot. They had, of course, as airport employees, they had access security. They could get stuff through. They could go through security, hand off stuff to other passengers, and they could also ship things from city to city without them ever being inspected. And they did it quite successfully for 3 years. And just yesterday they got caught. And if you go out there and read the stories, as I did today, the story is the fucking greatest details of how this operation worked. He made a phone call, and the guy came down, and he told him to go into the washroom and
wearing blue pants.
oh yeah,
and a rip in the
every
left knee.
fucking detail of what these all 9 or 12 people did, and
Smelled like
but-
hot dog water.
and that was and
Great
that
detail. Great
Yeah.
detail.
yeah.
There's always that one
Not-
guy, right?
yeah.
Got a mustard
Yeah.
stain on his lapel.
Yeah.
In
So
the shape
Speaking
of
of the
Hawaii.
one guy, there's always one guy. Right?
Only one of the islands, not all.
there's
Yeah.
always one guy. But here's the deal. Today I went and got the story for the show, but yesterday I had read it. Now I looked up every story that was published on it today, and it did not include this one detail.
Really?
Yes, that detail was
Scrub,
that the
scrub,
reason that these people got caught was because one of the members of the team posted a picture of large amounts of cash and huge amounts of marijuana on his Instagram.
Well, there you go.
That's all the
As I said, there's always
investigating
one
that
guy.
the police did. Right? But I found it very unusual today when I looked at all of the stories looking
That
for
was
that
removed.
line
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was removed.
I don't
They didn't
find
do
that odd at
fuck
all.
all. They just reported what they found after they knew and saw the Instagram. Fuck you, cops.
Yeah, stories are frequently scrubbed and edited.
Jesus,
You know,
yeah.
they're not left in their original format, or there are no notes
So
are
be
made
careful
that it's been
what you're
edited.
posting on Instagram.
Well, and often it's out of
Yeah,
your
don't-
control, right? You know, by the time that somebody sees your story, it's already been changed, and it can happen within a day, half a day, depending on how bad they don't want you to read it.
Yeah. Now, there's
Nosy.
the thing that's going around in the news today and yesterday is that. Oh, here was a funny one too about Alex Trebek. He was on Howard Stern's show this weekend.
How did he turn up there anyway?
He ended up discussing his few dalliances with drugs with Howard, and the Jeopard.
Alex dishes.
Alex explained that he had tried smoking marijuana to help with arthritis in his shoulder, but it didn't work for him, so he quit. He also admitted to trying cocaine once with his accountant.
His accountant.
Now, well, pause in the story there for just a sec.
I don't know if you want your accountant doing coke.
Yeah, if there's anyone, Alex, to
yeah.
do cocaine with in the whole fucking
You
world,
don't
Not
want
the
it to
guy
be
who
your
runs
it's
your money.
not your accountant.
Not the guy who's in charge of your money.
No shit.
Not give it to the
really?
guy in charge of your money.
Yeah.
But you know he'll stay up all night working then.
And he didn't say that he quit, that he didn't like that and he quit. He tried it once with his accountant.
Tried it another time with this
I've been
dude.
doing
and
it
then,
ever since with my fucking friends that I used
One
to
time this
have.
guy
I don't have any friends.
won a round of Jeopardy, and to celebrate, he pulled out a rail. And,
But
we've been best
he's
friends ever since.
yeah. Haven't seen my accountant.
For a while.
I'm broke. Broke.
So,
Where's
but
Alex?
he did admit to having eaten some hash brownies. He said he went to this party at a home in Malibu, that he didn't know the people who were hosting the party, and they had hash brownies. He said, I love chocolate, and I ate 4 or 5 of them. He said
Greedy.
the party was on Friday
Serves you
night,
right.
and he said, I didn't leave the house till Monday. So,
Serves him fucking right. 4-by brownies. Who, even if they're not medicated, who eats that? Who goes to someone else's house and eats that many fucking brownies?
and stays there for 3 days.
3 days, yeah.
And you're Alex Trebek. Eh?
I wonder if anybody knew who he was the whole time he was there.
That's pretty funny.
Giving this to me to do?
There's
He was
footage.
the guy
of,
in the living room. I don't know.
there's footage of a drunk Alex you can watch.
Keeps
Who,
asking.
who's the guy in the living room? No, you just You'd have to form of a question.
Yeah, he keeps saying
Guy in the living room.
Yeah.
What is Alex Trebek?
for 300.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's talking shit.
So Alex went on to say, though, he assured Howard that there was no exaggeration, but he went on a strange diatribe against drug use, calling drugs highly overrated and wondering why people would choose to do them. Why is because we like them?
Interesting.
Maybe because we like them?
Yeah, man.
Come on, Alex.
I wouldn't be a fan of weed if my introduction was 4 or 5 brownies that I scarfed down.
Yeah,
And
right.
tripped out for like 3 days, right? I don't think I'd be a big
would've,
fan of marijuana either. So,
No.
you know, how can we get the word to Alex Trebek? Like, give the weed a break, you know? Give the plant a break. It's not the plant's fault. It's not the plant's fault. That
Make
you're-
it a
that
true
you're
daily
greedy.
double, Alex. Come on. Don't be afraid. No, well, I did cocaine with his accountant, too. So, that's where I got my introduction to
I
cocaine,
have footage
Alex.
of Alex Trebek getting drunk on the air.
Huh? Drinking beer.
They're shooting a promo.
I did his accounting on cocaine.
They're shooting a Jeopardy promo for the like call-in thing or something, and he's getting drunk while they do it, and he's like cussing out the people who watch the show and stuff. It's pretty funny.
I knew he was an asshole in between. Right?
I'm gonna share it in the chat.
Do it.
Now, here's the deal that's been going on this week.
We're waiting.
I don't know if I even want to. Marijuana use has been linked to early puberty and stunted growth in boys. Right?
Well, maybe the stunted growth thing. I don't know.
Marijuana use may stunt growth but trigger early puberty in boys, according to a new study recently presented at the European Congress of Endocrinology. You know,
They
the
should've went to the-
endocrinologists.
They should have went to the College of Endocannabinoids for the right reasons.
Great on.
Yes, this was in Dublin, Ireland.
The Irish.
Yeah.
The fuck do the Irish know about weed?
Now,
Just asking. Do they know
now
anything?
here's
The Irish?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're on the way to
One
legalizing.
of
right?
my favorite breeders is Irish.
They're on their way to legalizing, no? Ireland?
no,
They're formulating some legislation.
not if their growth is going to be stunted. You don't
Well, I'd
want
say
that.
it has more to
Eh?
do with diet and the shit that
I
they're
really
making
don't,
kids
I
eat.
don't buy into that. I started smoking cannabis. I'm a short fucker for sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm short. But
Oh.
my whole family is very short.
Yeah, that's right. Your
But
mom's
out of-
really
out
little.
of my family, I'm the tallest.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. My mom's
Yeah,
little like your mom.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm the tallest in my family, and I started smoking cannabis right around 11 years old.
Wow.
I was
Yeah.
12. I was
The,
12.
the-
I
I
picked
don't
the roaches out of the ashtrays, my cousins.
I'm not sure about that whole fucking theory. I think it's a little bit bunk.
The team involved in this latest study, though,
They were all tall people that
there's a
didn't
new
smoke
one.
weed.
This included the famed
Bunch of prejudiced
doctor.
fuckers.
Jelly. They're just jelly. I know it.
Well, this
They wanna
latest
be little, cute like
study,
us.
if you
Yeah,
will,
They want to be the last to get
That's
wet
right.
when it rains.
They feel like giraffe.
Yeah.
They want to be
There
cute
was-
and little like us.
there was a study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine magazine, which
the
I
Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine magazine.
yeah.
Wow.
You were reading that last night.
How many
Wait.
subscribers internationally does that?
Oh, I read it
publication
every night before bed. Oh, and the movie is fucking excellent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of the
Knock you out
most
in 5
boring
minutes.
movies you've ever seen.
Or
eh?
less. 5 minutes or less.
The Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, and this is a study by the famed Dr. Saeed Shakil Raza Revizi of the Pir Mer Ali Shah Agricultural University, of course, Ra Al Pindi in Pakistan.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
So, Shall I repeat that?
No, please
Yes.
don't.
We'll call him Doctor.
What
Syed.
was that again?
We'll just call him
Just
Syed,
call him
okay?
Doctor.
Dr. Syed.
He says their study is the first to analyze the effects of marijuana among pubescent boys. I didn't even want to say that.
Yeah, you know, I'd be wary of anyone
Pakistani-
studying
you know
pubescent
what this
boys.
tells me
Good
is
lord.
that the government said, yeah, you guys can get these kids fucking ripped, no problem.
Oh,
Get
yeah,
them fucking
man.
high, man. They're gonna get high.
Get all
anyways.
these- get all
Just
these-
these kids high, man. Just whatever. Make
They're-
them do some
they're
tests. We don't
probably
give a
all like,
shit. Get them high.
they're probably,
Well,
hey. There's probably they're probably doing their studies on kids in government care or something. You know,
no,
You know?
the good doctor and colleagues assess levels of puberty.
that's what I mean. Ooh. That's just nasty and creepy and wrong on so many levels. Like,
Yeah, that is strange.
Yeah,
I'm getting disturbed.
They did this with 217 boys addicted to marijuana.
So first they got these kids hooked,
Yeah, alongside 20,
and then they measured their levels.
220 boys who did not use the drug.
Well, where did they get these kids? Like I said, they're probably kids in care. Fuck's sakes.
Well, wait.
And-
Maybe puberty is actually a video game that's famous in Pakistan that we don't know about. And they just got 200 and something kids stoned and let them play this game to see what level
See
they
what
could get
level
to.
of puberty they'd get to.
That could be too. We can't rule that one out because we don't know their culture.
Defeat Bowser at level 12.
Well, compared to the non-users, boys who used marijuana had higher levels of puberty.
All right, moving along.
Puberty,
I was gonna say
wait.
I'm gonna bite my tongue.
Puberty-related
All
hormones,
right, can
including testosterone.
we, nasty.
However, the team also identified reduced levels of growth hormones among boys who use marijuana compared to non-users. From analyzing the height and weight of all boys, this is what these guys do. This is what endocrinologists do. They analyzed the height and weight of boys.
I always knew they were
That is
creepy.
They go to school
I
for
always
years
knew
for that.
endocrinology was creepy. It was just fucking creepy.
That's
right?
some in-depth study.
just
But
wrong.
what they found, that those who did not use marijuana were an average of 4.6 kilos heavier and 4 inches taller. I'm not too sure why they danced around, why they went 4 kilos and then inches, why they went from fucking... So, that would also be 10.4 pounds and 10.1 centimeters for those of you who are completely confused. So, they're saying that on average, kids were 4 inches taller if they didn't smoke weed.
4
kids,
inches. Jeez.
4 inches is a lot.
Kids that were smoking Kush as opposed to hazed, did the Haze kids
They
have
were
a higher puberty?
They
or
were
lower
15 feet tall.
Higher or lower puberty
Yeah,
for
yeah.
20, Alex.
Oh, those
Yeah,
were the plans.
just put them on the side of the house and forget about them.
In 15 years, we're gonna have a bunch of kids rolling joints. They'll be like, this joint tests at like 20% puberty. Fucking rock.
Yeah, baby.
Because Dr. Syed said so.
It's
This
better than the peanut butter solution.
This weed'll this weed'll put patches of hair on you where you didn't have any before. Hey,
Man.
the pube dube. Making it up as I go
Duberty.
along here now. But as part of the research, Doctor, what was his name?
Syed?
Say it with me now. Syed Shakil Rizvi says, as part of the research, the team also analyzed levels of the stress hormone cortisol. The stress hormone
Syed
cortisol.
Raza Rizvi?
No, catch up with me now, Al.
That's a fucking great name. I'm just blown away. That's a great name.
It is.
Injecting cortisol?
I love saying it.
Injecting cortisone into your puberty?
Gee.
No, not directly.
I'm telling you, man, these studies, who is this being done on? And who's consenting to letting their children be studied on? And
No, listen to this now.
Poor people in Pakistan.
no, it's like kids in care.
No,
got no parents. That's
There
what.
was boys. They had boys.
Yeah,
they just
boys, whatever they do. with-
No, we found them playing ball.
Send me
Don't worry about it.
437 boys.
They were just playing soccer in the field. It's okay.
Fuck off. Someone's rights are being
We've had them for a
violated
few
here.
months.
That's
Don't
all
worry
I
about
know.
it.
So, the team also analyzed levels of the stress hormone cortisol, as determined through saliva samples.
My goodness.
They had 400 boys, but they only did it among 10 adult marijuana users. Compared with non-users, those who used marijuana had much higher cortisol concentrations.
Well, they're missing the point. They had dry mouth, so obviously there is a higher concentration of cortisol to water,
Hello.
right? And if
Well,
if you don't
I
have
would-
dry mouth, your saliva is very liquidy. It's very
I have stress people sticking shit in my mouth getting saliva. Hey, that'll raise your stress levels right away. And I looked it all up. I know so much shit now. Cortisol
Especially if you're not
levels,
consenting.
they'll vary throughout the day quite a bit, actually.
nobody's taken into consideration that you've got, a whole stack load of prepubescent kids in custody getting fed drugs in a clinical setting.
And
I guess their cortisol levels were a little high,
yeah, they're
as opposed to the ones that weren't getting fed drugs.
their levels of puberty are being analyzed. For God's sakes, I'd be a little stressed by that. I'm not too sure how they do that.
They
Anything
beat
yet?
them until they take it.
What do they come by all these boys every day and go, anything yet? Anything
Stand there
happened
with,
yet?
with some bamboo, and they say, smoke the hookah, smoke the hookah.
Hey, just like that rose left. So, over there looking at a picture on the wall. So, but I did look it up, and cortisol, if you got too much cortisol in your system, one of the very first things is you get rapid weight gain. So it doesn't really,
that doesn't make sense.
doesn't really follow that they're suggesting that
if
kids
the
are
kids had,
lighter
yeah.
and shorter.
Yeah.
Right? So, no, it's all nonsense as usual. But this is why we have a big,
brutal,
tall sublimator, a fully formed sublimator, and this little stunted one, eh?
Nose is longer.
Yeah,
You know-
yeah, it works, yeah.
David Malmo Levine.
He got his before me.
David Malmo Levine wrote a really great article for Cannabis Culture that looked at all of the studies we could find that dealt with marijuana in children. And what we found in that study is that almost all of the studies, there were one that actually met the criteria of what a study should go through in order to be scientific. All the other studies, every single one of them, did not meet the requirements to be a scientific study, and basically could be thrown into the trash bin because of it. And David just
true.
completely declaws all the studies. So I'd like to see if this particular study stood up to the same criteria. I highly doubt it.
But this one's been flying around. Like, it's so absurd. I don't know. But people believe this shit. Like, I actually hear people out in the everyday life of straight world, and they say this shit out loud. They repeat exactly what that said. Did you know that boys will reach puberty? They'll say puberty so many times out there in the next few days around.
Nancy Grace is going to get a hold of this.
But I don't know.
I think it's completely unethical. So.
Hogwash.
I say, hey, let the kids get high. Whatever.
Yeah, well, you're not the only one, actually.
Yeah, maybe
as it
they
turns
won't
out.
wind up
Doesn't
in
matter
boys'
what country
in,
they're in. I think it's a great thing.
maybe they won't wind up in boys' homes
They
being
probably-
studied.
They probably had a bunch of good hash.
Let them smoke pot.
Oh no, don't kid yourself. They can't afford boys' homes there.
Now here's
they're orphans that just get left on the street.
Yep.
addicted to marijuana. Bring them in,
Addicted
get
to
them
marijuana.
addicted to
And
marijuana.
worse.
Droves of them roaming the streets in herds,
But
stealing.
through
to
all
feed
of
their
the
marijuana addiction.
through all of the stories that I read about it all today, it
their
doesn't
food
do
habits
that to
that's doing it.
girls.
What?
I guess. Well, no studies were done on girls. Apparently, you'd have a little trouble getting permission to test puberty levels of little girls.
Yeah.
Huh?
Gross.
But
Gross,
interesting.
gross, 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 gross.
I still
So-
want to know how they were able to do
you
that.
would think that there must be so many short people out there in the world.
There
Like,
is.
really. Like,
Lots of countries full of them.
it's
Short
such
people
nonsense.
got
Now,
no reason.
here's another story out of
Short
Australia.
people got
It
no
says
reason to live.
an Australian
Short
company
people got
to export
no reason.
marijuana for medical use. An Australian company has been given permission. I don't know by who, but they are going to begin exporting marijuana overseas. And the first ton is bound for Canada
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
to be used in medicine. That's what it says, be used in medicine. Now,
Okay.
cannabis remains illegal in most parts of Australia, but the company OzCan has found a loophole by growing the drug on a territory of Australia that's called Norfolk Island. So I went and looked at Norfolk Island. It couldn't be more in the middle of fucking nowhere. Oh, it really
It would
is.
have
It
to
is
be.
way, 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 way out in the middle of the Tasman Sea, surrounded by fucking nothing but water for hundreds, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of miles.
Wow.
So,
They have a little village for the people that trim all the
like,
weed.
pirates are fucking headed there now.
Idyllic lifestyle.
Eh?
Oh my goodness.
The
I heard you guys got a ton of weed ready.
oh yeah, they're
Stand there waiting. Yeah.
a further 10 tons to be grown in the next 3 years.
Wow.
So, a top-level security firm has been hired to protect the 2-hectare site on the island. You can see it
The
from
craft.
fucking Google Earth. Oh yeah, this weed will be stolen so fast. And then in the article it says plants will be ready by November. So,
My birthday in
look,
November.
we got all summer to party it up, and then we'll head out to Norfolk Island, rip them off for their weed. It'll be ready in November. We'll take that ton. Oh, fucking crazy shit. Like,
That's
I don't.
nuts. That's nuts.
That's nuts. So, I don't know. I might have to go to Norfolk Island, see what's going on
Norfolk Island. Who's got a boat?
there. If I had a
I
boat.
wonder how easy it is to get to Norfolk.
Probably not very anymore.
Oh, I don't know. You'd have to go to. It's northwest of New Zealand. Like, it's right in the middle of fucking the Tasman Sea and the Coral Sea. It's
yeah,
crazy
that's
how this little dot out there.
It'd be a great place for a vacation.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that vacations will be on the rise
Tourist,
to
eh?
Norfolk right away.
take them on a tour.
Now,
Goodness.
I don't
They
know.
should
I
change
feel
the name to Nugfolk.
Nugfolk. Nugville.
Alan Rock, if anybody's old enough to remember that name, we used to be a politician here in Canada. He was health minister at one point under Chrétien government. He, oddly enough, happens to be the president of the University of Ottawa. These fucking guys, like, really, you guys go into politics and then you get into these cushy fucking jobs. University of Ottawa. He's got no credentials whatsoever. It's been announced that his family and him have started something called Rock Garden Medicinals Incorporated.
Wow.
And they aim to become a trusted supplier of premium medicinal marijuana.
For all we know, he was growing weed the whole time.
No.
He says, right now we're not close to having a license.
That's what everybody, their premature announcements of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Right
not
now.
even close to having
There-
a license.
This just it. Right now, we're not even close to having a license to produce, and there's other applicants in the community in the same position. So, here's they want to become a trusted supplier of premium medicinal marijuana. No, you're going to go out of business. is what will happen. You
Probably.
probably won't even get a license because it'll be done for by the time they could even give you one. You idiots aren't even going to be allowed to sell to the recreational market when it explodes. You can only sell it to people who got a card from Health Canada, you idiots. And it's in complete turmoil in the courts, you clowns.
It's kind of a little late in the game.
And here's another thing around the legalized world, Colorado in particular, Washington State, they are eliminating medicinal marijuana. They're getting rid of it all. Saying, no, it's not medicinal from their point of view, and they're closing all of that up, right? So, medicinal marijuana is available in the recreational shops, and by virtue of that, it should be cheaper, and someday that will happen, but it's the same marijuana, and they are seeing that there is no difference here, and that you can get your medicinal marijuana in the recreational shop. And if research medicinally is going to take place by people they trust, like pharmaceutical and all of that bullshit, so that doesn't change anything, though. That may, as far as I can see, recreational marijuana is going to make better marijuana cheaper and have more varieties, and more sativas will be back into the mix. Right, this is where the real medicine is in well-grown marijuana, not this crap that's out there on the fucking street. It's heartening to know that the crap that's out there on the street actually still works. People are receiving relief from their condition with the crap that's on the street. So, wow. Even from our point of view.
Even the quality of street weed, I have to say, it's like, I don't know if anybody remembers the days of Juicy Fruit and these, the Beaster, Hemp Star and stuff.
Yeah.
You go down, you go to a concert and it just fucking stunk like shitty weed. Shitty fucking weed. Shitty jammers and shitty Hemp Star everywhere. And I know there's good batches of Hemp Star and there's good batches of jammers, but it's still, they're just like these strains that and I have to say, so the street quality weed, like for the most part, people now have access to a greater variety through the internet, through mail order, through local suppliers, through seed suppliers, all sorts of.
Really?
outlets
I can
now.
get better weed than this? Nice.
Yeah, man. Fucking nice.
I've been smoking some pretty good weed. I actually had some Seedman's Haze and Congolese for a couple days.
Num 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 num.
That was really, really nice. Also got, I don't know, some Sweet Tooth in the bag. I got some Pink Kush.
Stuff makes you
sneeze.
sneeze, yeah.
Now, here's a guy in where? Tasmania. We'll go back down.
Norfolk?
Just southeast of Norfolk Island.
All right.
An artist there, his name is Leon Ewing. He thinks kids should use educational marijuana.
He's been working with those guys in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Dr. Syed.
Artist Liam, maybe that's his first name, Artist
Liam.
Artist Ewing.
The artist
Thinks
Leon.
kids should use educational marijuana to help with creativity.
Where?
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm down.
It's probably one of the more potty ideas in recent times, giving school kids pot to stimulate their imagination. But Hobart's Museum of Old and New Art.
Well, just think of how
This is a museum of old and new art, not anything in between.
So he's
old
prescribing
and
giving
just
kids
new.
who are artists weed.
Let's think of like a
Cool.
kindergarten class, all right?
I could have got
You
into
get
that.
you get a bong rip about 15 minutes before snack time.
Yeah.
Then you have snack time, and then you
Then
have
you
a
have
quick
nap
a
time.
quick dab or a vape rip, maybe hit a hash or something. And there's nap time, right? And then maybe a little bit later they wake up, they smoke some really, really, really dank, and they do some crafts.
Do
you
some
know?
arts and crafts and some creative thinking. No,
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's an awesome idea. I'm down with that one.
Well, creative director Lee
has a
Carmichael defended it, saying Tasmania needed to think big and be open to provocative ideas in a bid to improve Tasmania's education outcomes.
I didn't know learning was such a problem there.
Yeah.
What?
Well, the kids, they got them all whipped up on drugs,
devil.
They
No,
just
it's the devil.
spin in circles, burrowing through, buzzing through trees, and right?
That's where the devil lives. Is Tasmania.
Right on.
So
I always thought that guy was pretty smart.
Give him some weed, chill him out. Give him
they
some
say we
crayons.
already prescribe
There you go.
amphetamine-like medications to our children for focus and docility.
Well, yeah,
What if we medicated
Ritalin,
for creativity? Educational
tranquilizers.
marijuana.
I think what they're going to find is that they'll be able to start medicating for focus and docility as well.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Well, there
Get them
you
hyped
go.
up on all
With
those
the
methamphetamines, and they really do.
Well, yeah, get a kid ripped on,
That'll be one of the side effects of creative educational marijuana, is that they'll be docile and
Yeah.
and what was the other
Join
word?
a sativa and a coloring book. Fuck. Keep you busy for hours.
It's going to come to that, folks.
We got the marijuana wall.
Well,
Wow,
don't
nice.
give him a joint to smoke. I mean, cookies or brownies or
So, I find that
yay, edibles.
very provocative and forward-thinking there in Tasmania. They use so many fucking big, bold statements about how provocative and seismic this could be.
So why is it all these obscure places have such forward thinking
They got nothing else to do.
that we're
They live in
that's
Tasmania.
grossly underreported? Those that are
Might as
not
well be
under the
free.
thumb of the U.S. or Canada, right?
They're totally bored. They're living in Tasmania.
We're cut off from the whole world.
Yeah, out in the middle of closest place is Norfolk Island.
And they're
Coincidentally.
growing tonnage. They're growing tonnage in Norfolk and
Yeah.
sending it to Canada. So
Employing the people in Tasmania.
they're already
I
in
guess,
that mentality.
maybe.
And the next closest place to
Pretty good.
Norfolk Island are pirates waiting till November.
yeah,
Waiting till November.
They'll wait. They'll just gear up and get ready.
The world is fucking crazy. Right? There's what's her name? Emily Post. Emily Post.
Who cares anymore what she got to say?
Oh, she's long since dead, but
And those who followed her.
she has a great granddaughter who's not dead apparently, and she's out there still doing the same stuff as Emily
Miss
Post did.
Manners crap. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
it was all etiquette and stuff like that.
Right.
So,
So
now
you
they're
learn how to
sniffing around
You learn
the
how to speak.
the etiquette of marijuana.
Let's see.
But I
Please,
can't find the story anymore.
Emily Post.
Yeah. Somebody posted it. Oh. Yeah, they got 5 of the things that you should know about marijuana.
Oh, social etiquette about marijuana.
Yeah.
This is cool. Another sign of mainstream, eh?
You should know for sure if your hosts smoke pot. Unlike Alex Trebek,
Yeah.
who didn't know his hosts at all.
Scarf 5
Out there in
brownies.
Malibu, he's out scarfing brownies and hanging around for 3 days. He stayed at their house.
Think they had to
Dude.
change him?
Overstand, you're welcome, Alex.
Yeah, that might have been the time. That might have been the time he tried cocaine with his account.
Yeah, they called him. They're like, hey, can you get this guy out? He's
Can
like,
bring him
yeah,
around so he just,
I got
you know,
the thing for him.
Yeah, here.
Now, if your host does smoke pot, it's appropriate to bring pot as a gift. But remember, it's good etiquette because since it's a gift, your host doesn't have to smoke it with you. Or even that night.
Fuck that.
Here's some weed. Oh, I'll save that for tonight or another
just
time.
Put it in
Fuck,
your
no,
stash box
not.
and never to be seen again. I don't think so.
A small glass jar or a pre-rolled joint or two makes for a classic presentation.
Now,
Pre-rolled joint.
They're onto something there, for sure.
there may be another thing in there for hosts. The proper etiquette as a host, if you smoke marijuana, would be to share it with your guests.
Mm-hmm.
So that
There you go,
Your,
Emily.
your finest,
Post
your
that.
finest queen.
Know your audience. Is your new boss on the guest list? Is dinner at your best friend's? Whether a guest or a host, always be sure to ask permission and where your host would prefer you smoke, just as you would with a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
So don't fire it up at the table with your new boss and best
Like-
friend there.
There's already too many rules here. I can't keep track of this shit.
Yeah. Bring your own stash.
What else they got?
Chef's choice. Unlike wine, never feel obligated to include pot as part of the meal.
What?
That's a good rule. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. We know.
But you must feel obligated to include wine.
Pot as part of the meal. Is that how it's phrased?
Yep.
What do they think? We're just sitting there chewing on nugs? Or
These are the people that are telling you. Okay.
Some fresh seedlings. to
grazing
graze
like
on.
cattle, you know?
This is not the marijuana we've always known.
Holy.
This is the new marijuana.
Fuck me. That's so funny. What else?
Sounds delicious.
It's just all so stupid.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Be
That's what it says in this
respectful
thing.
of those who don't smoke. Don't blow it straight into their face, or side up to them and blow hard into their ear, or pull their collar out and blow down the back of their shirt. Have respect, eh? Eh? Don't pretend to trip and blow it into their shoe.
Just a
Right.
little bit.
While it may turn out only a couple of you smoke, your offer should be to everybody at the party. Excuse me, I didn't offer you a toke. Hi, how you doing? I haven't met you before.
Hi.
You want a toke?
Hi,
Yeah,
my
you
name's Al. You want to
are.
have a toke?
Yeah.
My
You're
name's
going to
Al.
become
What's your name?
that
Oh, do you wanna have a
person
toke?
at the
Yeah.
party.
Oh, yeah. Here, you want a toke?
The
You want a
annoying
toke?
person.
Is that Alex Trebek? Hey, you want a toke?
Hey, Alex.
You
Oh,
want a
you're
toke?
on brownies. Oh, okay.
Alex.
Go back to sleep.
Alex. Get Alex away from the brownies. Someone? Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Sneaking off to smoke with just one or two other guests is not appropriate, Al.
What if there's only one or two other guests that smoke weed? I would say that's proper etiquette. If they don't want me smoking weed in front
Yeah,
of
but
all
you
the
got like,
non-smokers.
but you got an area,
Would be
right?
intru-
If you got an area like away from
intrusive
where everybody sits, right? And only one or two people are toking there. It kind of looks like a split party then. So you got to call everybody over and offer them a
do you want a
fucking
toke?
right? And
Do
you
you
do
want a
that.
toke?
Like you're a
I just
thoughtful
open
host.
up my backpack and I say, hey, these are jars of weed.
Well, among
Nuts.
among residents of the legal states, 44.6% say they'd consider bringing a bag of pot to a dinner party.
I always do. I mean, there's enough wine and
I
stuff
take it everywhere.
usually flowing around these parties because it's free.
Bring a backpack.
Even at the dinner parties at
Big
KFC.
bag full of weed.
KFC.
Big jars.
Oh, you're not on KFC again. My God.
Still.
Right? So no. Auctioning it online.
No, that was a fake story. Yes.
Yeah.
We
THC
wish-
chicken
We wish.
with the green logo.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
see that? Yeah.
Kentucky
no, it was
Fried
it was
Cannabis.
it was a satire piece, hun. No.
Yes,
Aw.
sadly so.
I know. I was all excited too. I saved it for him though. We're
All
gonna
right,
Do
well-
something with it.
Let's go to Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No, let's not.
I'm down.
I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah,
Have fun.
got to. Or one's got to come to me.
I'll be across the street eating something else.
Let's go get
Well,
fried
Stefos.
Kentucky style.
I'm ready.
That's
Thanks a
gonna be
lot
the
for
logo.
everybody who did tune in today and played along in the chat. Hope you had fun doing
Kush
that.
Sanders. Yeah. Yeah, man, I got the fucking Colonel Kush, man. I got the Colonel's Kush, man. Colonel's Kush, bro. It's all good.
Yeah.
13 secret strains.
Yeah.
It's Kush.
13.
One of those herbs and spices is Kush.
Secret strains.
I think this 11 herbs and spices turned out to be
Blend.
salt and pepper, didn't it?
It is.
Yeah, that's what they found. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
and-
There's
analyzed it.
sage in it.
Ordinary
There's,
seasoning salt. Just plain old seasoning
there's
salt was
sage in
one
it.
of them. And there is sage, definitely. There's
The
other-
souls of young
But there's a
Kentuckians.
certain mix of it.
Not even chicken.
It's not even chicken.
So, thanks
The
for
number of that,
tuning
what's the
in.
number of that poultry?
Wow, that is a fine reefer.
It is. This is
Delish.
this is the back Kush. This is
Floral.
Dr. When
Yeah.
you
Dr.
guys
Clone's
talk
back
when you
Kush.
guys see Dr. Clone in the chat and stuff, he always talks about his back Kush.
He was there in the
And-
chat today.
And this is that cut. His back Kush is
No, 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 no,
It's
no, 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 no,
fucking
no.
superior.
Back Kush.
It's literally the best Kush cut I've smoked, I would say.
Yeah. It's
in my
delightful.
opinion. And it's been compared to an old Vancouver Kush strain known as the Wadi Kush. It looks like the Wadi Kush. It smells like the Wadi Kush. and
Yeah.
it tastes- I don't really
Smells
have any
good.
experience with
Smells
the Wadi
good.
Kush, but I know people that do, and they were blown away when they saw this.
It's delicious.
Nice. Well, that's delicious. Thanks. So, thanks to Jeremiah for being here.
Thank you,
Doesn't have a-
Marijuana Man, for having me.
Doesn't have a camera anymore, but
No cam anymore.
Al too. Glad you could come by. Good jams last night.
It was pretty good jams. Did we jam?
It
last
was
night?
like wicked.
There was two guys. Fucking
Holy fuck,
these
man.
two guitar
Flamenco,
players
Spanish
Yeah.
guitar.
claimed they met on the street that very day.
Yeah, he swore up and down. I
Sat
talked to him
down
after.
and played crazy fucking
Cool.
Spanish guitar. Holy
Like,
cow.
Incredible.
Just
They
met
had
In
the whole
complete
place on their
sync
feet.
and like
Right? Yeah.
yeah,
It was
really
unbelievable. So
kick fucking
check
ass,
it out. You
man.
never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, they were really good.
And then you guys all did something at the end together. It was really good.
I don't remember.
I was blown away.
There was
Musically.
some big songs that happened.
Yeah. It was
So thanks to Rose for
I wish you guys
slipping
could,
in between.
Wish you guys could.
yeah, this is it's
Oh, I saw
superior.
a new drone, a fucking new camera drone out there.
Oh yeah.
Where?
Is that the 8
Doing
propeller
what?
one?
I saw it on
Oh, the one on
internet.
for sale.
Yeah.
Anyone can have this.
It's
under
all
$2,000.
programmable. You can program the shots that you want. You can fucking send it over there and fucking
You
program
just gotta
it
map
to-
the path.
Yeah, and it just keeps its focus on one
it's
point.
really nice.
Right? So it'll see
Good for
it'll have
420.
you in the
Solo,
shot as it's
3DR
flying away.
Robotics,
It's very dramatic.
3D Robotics is making it along with GoPro, and
Yeah.
it's
And then it'll just go like
quite
over there and then
something.
over there. And
I want
then
to get one
there.
for Cannabis Day in 420.
Mhm.
Fucking just fly it around.
Just go there.
Yep.
and
Be
map
awesome.
Map the flight path and
Yep.
just let it spin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just shoots it by laser and like.
It's pretty cool.
That's it.
So
The only
They're going
problem
to be
is
using
battery
those for
life.
everything soon.
yeah,
25
battery
minutes.
life short.
25 minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
And it goes
Get it.
fast.
Get another battery.
Yeah, when time flies when you're having fun.
All right. Well,
Time flies when you're flying robots.
thanks a lot for tuning in.
Time's fun when you're eating flies.
Do tune into the rest of the shows here on Pop TV the rest of the week. What? I'll hear that when I listen to the show later.
Just my usual.
Fuck
you know.
yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, we're not high.
Not at all.
So yeah, check out Jer's show on Friday, 4 o'clock. It'll be live. Redbeard does his show on Saturday afternoons. Mick, Man, and Jade are in the house on Mondays. Who knows what'll happen in between? We'll try to be
All
back
kinds of stuff happens. in
on
between.
Wednesday.
Thanks
not
to everyone
film.
on the couch.
Not film.
We had friends on
There
the
you
That
go.
was good.
Gert. Now you. There, we got
Nice.
Gur.
That's pretty good.
Gur participating. He's cute.
He
Such
sure
a
is.
cutie.
Gur's awesome.
All right. Well,
Great dog.
Yeah.
smoke that. I'm Marijuana Man. See you next time. Peace and pot.